We've all been there, right? You get a little upset with your cat for, I don't know, walking on the counter again, and they just seem completely indifferent. But what if I told you they're actually trying to make peace, and we're just not speaking their language? It's the question every single cat owner has asked themselves. You scold them, maybe a little too loudly, and they just turn away. It feels personal, doesn't it? Like they just don't care at all. But is that what's really happening? So here's the big idea. The problem isn't that our cats are uncaring little fluffballs. Not at all. It's that they communicate in this incredibly subtle, silent language. And today, we're going to learn how to translate it. Okay, let's start with the signals cats send when they're keeping their distance. These are often the ones we get the most wrong, because we see it as attitude when it's really an attempt to just cool things down. You know this scene. You raise your voice, and your cat calmly sits down, turns its back to you, and maybe even starts grooming. It feels like such a deliberate snub, doesn't it? But this is where our human brains lead us astray. In the animal kingdom, staring directly at another animal during a conflict, that's a challenge. It's an invitation to fight. So by looking away, your cat is doing the exact opposite. They're actively trying to de-escalate. In fact, animal behaviorists have a name for this. It's called a calming signal. Your cat isn't ignoring you. They're respectfully saying, "Truce, I don't want to fight." It's actually a sign of respect, not disrespect. Pretty wild, right? So, what about after that initial moment of tension? Have you ever noticed your cat won't come cuddle, but they also won't leave the room? They might just hop up on the far end of the sofa or lie down in the doorway. Just there. For an animal that is naturally a pretty solitary hunter, this is a huge deal. They are making a conscious choice to stay inside your emotional space, just waiting patiently. They're not demanding forgiveness, just signaling that, hey, our connection is still important to me. So, once that initial tension is passed, what happens next? Well, now we move into the even more subtle stuff, these tiny little gestures that are so easy to miss, but are absolutely packed with meaning. Underneath it all, this is the fundamental question your cat is often trying to ask after a conflict. And they have a very specific and surprisingly vulnerable way of doing it. You've probably heard a slow blink means "I love you," and yeah, it does. But in this context, it's so much more. Think about it. A predator never closes its eyes in front of a potential threat. So when your cat looks at you and slowly, gently closes their eyes, they're making themselves completely vulnerable. It's their way of asking, "Are we good?" And get this, research actually shows that if you slow blink back at them, it can literally lower their stress hormones. Okay, here's one to look for. Next time there's a little tension, pay super close attention to your cat's tail as they approach you. A tail straight up in the air is friendly, we know that. But look for this specific detail, a little curve right at the very tip, just like a question mark. That tiny little curve, it signals hesitation. It's a question. It is the physical embodiment of your cat politely asking, "Is it okay if I come closer now? Are we still friends?" It's a really cautious, gentle attempt to reconnect. Now for a sound we all think we understand. We hear a purr, we think happy cat. But that's only half the story. Anyone who's worked at a vet clinic knows this. Cats also purr when they're in pain or terrified. So why? Well, the low-frequency vibrations, we're talking between 25 and 150 hertz, are physically self-soothing. They can even promote healing in bones and tissue. So if your cat starts purring after you've had a disagreement, they might be trying to calm themselves down, and maybe even you. It's like they're trying to vibrate the tension right out of the room. So what happens when your cat finally decides to bridge that gap physically? Well, these are some of the most powerful bonding behaviors they have in their toolkit. We're going to quickly run through 4 key behaviors: the head bunt, lying on you, bringing you a toy, and grooming you. Each one is a very deliberate attempt to physically repair that social bond. Okay, let's break these down real quick. When you're stressed, your scent actually changes and a cat can smell it. So that head bunt isn't just affection. They are literally covering your stress scent with their familiar family scent. Lying on you, it's like a furry, purring weighted blanket, physically grounding you. And offering a toy, that's them sharing a prized resource, a true peace offering. And finally, grooming you is the ultimate sign you're family. They are trying to wash the conflict away. Okay, we've arrived at the final signal. And this is, without a doubt, the single most common and most misunderstood behavior in the entire feline language. Your cat flops over, rolls onto its back, and exposes that soft, vulnerable stomach. What is your first instinct? What do you think they're asking for? Our human brain immediately screams, belly rub. But that's not the primary message at all. A cat's belly protects all of its vital organs. Exposing it is the ultimate act of trust and surrender. They are saying, I trust you so much that I am showing you my most defenseless part. And this is the crucial part. Diving in for a belly rub can actually feel like a betrayal of that trust, which is why you so often get a paw full of claws. The correct response is to honor that vulnerability. Speak softly to them. Give them a slow blink. That's how you say back, I understand and I won't hurt you. That's how you rebuild. Da Vinci really hit on something profound there. Cats aren't simple creatures. They're subtle, they're complex, and they are constantly communicating with us, choosing connection over conflict in their own quiet, beautiful way. And that kind of leaves us with one last thought to chew on. If our cats are speaking this rich, silent language of apology and reconciliation all the time, maybe the breakdowns in communication aren't on them. Are we, by just not understanding, the ones who are accidentally damaging the very—
Wait! Don't scroll! Do you like cute cats? Do you like cute cats? Then subscribe to my channel, right? Meow!